So, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining today. Um, so, Sundays at 8, we meet people in the age group of 18 to 28 years, and we just share our doubts, any confusions, anything on our heads, on our minds, maybe some emotional thing that we are carrying with ourselves. And it is for those of us who want to use all these movements, whether there is a mental conflict or an emotional stuff going on, or maybe a physical situation that you are going through. So we talk about it, we go deeper into the matter, and then we gain clarity. We try to gain clarity from that raw material of the situation. So this is a separate circle for this age group so that we can have our own issues, whatever matters to us in this age, they can be separately discussed. Yeah. So would you like to share, for example, a couple of us may have joined for the first time. Uh, if you're comfortable, if you would like to share, why are we here today? Why are you here today? Any expectation from the circle, anything, so that we can also kind of try to steer it in that direction if there is anything that you're looking forward to. Yeah. So usually it's an open organic circle. Whatever we share, we reflect upon. That's how it goes, like slowly here and there. Yeah, so if one by one you could share why are we here today, maybe something is on your mind or maybe not, that's also okay. So you can take your time and share.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Yeah, yeah. So to share something like I come for these meetings every once in a while. So I just log in sometimes to hear. I mean, just like everyone else, as when we were in the pandemic situation, right? Maybe a month or so ago. There were questions of what is going on, feeling a little bit lost. So I joined the meetings and I found it helpful attending every once in a week, just listening to people. So yeah, I don't have anything special in mind, but just joined in, hoping to just listen, maybe share what uh, I am thinking, and then maybe get some feedback, like what is the opinion. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you for sharing, Abhishek.
Yeah.
So anyone, Manal or Dharya, if you right now want to share, that's also okay. If you want to share later, that's also okay. There's no compulsion. Yeah.
Hi, so my name is Zaria.
Yeah.
So basically, I have no idea why I'm here, first of all. So I just wanted to, like these days, it's all being bad news, as everyone is aware, obviously. But I lost some of my friends actually while the pandemic, as well as some of them went abroad. So I'm sitting at my home, but I do not have anyone right now at this moment. So I do have them on video call and everything. I don't have anyone to talk directly with. These for like 1 month maybe. So some of them went abroad to study, some of them just went abroad, to settle and everything. So that's been my case. So I'm a bit lonely, but I wouldn't say I'm not happy. I'm just wanted to see. I want to see what other people are doing and thinking these days. So that is all.
Beautiful. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much for sharing there. Yeah. Manal, anything from your side?
Hi, Monica. How are you?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, so I try to join here because I feel it's very interactive, especially the last session of Sunday. I enjoyed so much because you're like sharing a lot of stories and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of, getting rid of your boredom and also interacting with people. So yeah, I was just sitting and pondering upon something, and that is the decision making thing. I feel it's a common problem that everyone has these days. Maybe everyone, or maybe some of them. Yeah. So I think for normal people, unless we're normal, it's fine. But as we reach into some position, maybe professional something, so this is going to be a problem. Like for example, or for instance, if I am going to shopping or something with my mom, so I kind of get very much confused between choosing the things. What should I choose? Like I stay in front of the product for many, like a much time, and then sometimes I end up leaving the store without even buying anything. So I don't know it's normal or not, but yeah, I think most of people has this problem. That's what I wanted to say.
I'm wondering, Manal, why do you call it a problem?
Because I feel we should have a quick decision making, maybe sometimes not thinking about the thing very much.
And why do you think like that? Why should I be having a quick decision making?
I know sometimes it's not very okay to have the decision making. I mean, choosing the things very quickly because we need to be wise. But as I told you, an example is that sometimes I even leave the store without buying anything because I didn't choose. I could have chosen between any
I think
product or something.
I believe that's beautiful. If you did, maybe it was not required, and that's why it took you so long to remain in doubt whether you want to have it or maybe you're not liking it. And at the end, you decide that okay, let me not have it. So I think it's beautiful. Don't you think it's beautiful?
Yeah. So that's what I was just wondering. Is it just happening with me or like with most of the people?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe, and I would also ask for reflections. I believe that there is no thing in particular which is good or bad. It depends how we are using it. For example, a habit of being disciplined. Now we see it in a very manner that, oh my God, this guy is very disciplined, very disciplined. So we see it in a manner that we look up to that guy. यार ये तो बहुत disciplined है, मेरे बस का तो नहीं है, like that. But at times, the obsession with discipline can also become a hamper in our growth. So I think that there is no thing per se which is good or bad. So a quick decision making is not really good per se, or a slow decision making is not really bad per se. Depends on situation. Sometimes I feel in my own experiences that many a times quick decision making has led me into trouble. You know, I could have maybe stayed with that thought longer, but I could not. Yeah, so depends on what is the situation. There is no thing per se which is bad or good. And I would ask people, Abhishek or Dhairya और शिवम, अगर आपका एक्सपीरियंस ऐसा रहा है, और if you want to share your experience on decision making, whether it should be quick or slow is okay, or whether you have your own individual pace, sometimes quick, sometimes slow, whatever you want to share, and how does it matter to you? Yeah.
So can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So there is a concept called paradox of choice. So basically, where you have many choices, but you're not able to decide what you want. So in the olden days, if you wanted to say something to someone, you had to write a letter. That was the only option. It would take 3-4 days or how much ever time it would take. That was the only option. But now you have so many apps. You can go like you have every mode of communication. Like you have Twitter, you can do WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. So that is similar. And in the olden days, if you wanted clothes, you had 1 or 2 shops. Now you have like if you enter a mall, covered and you don't know what to choose. So that's called a concept called paradox of choice. So basically, the more choices you have, the more you are confused between the choices, what to buy, what not to buy. So there's a really good book, or book I don't know, or an author called Barry Schwartz. He was a psychologist, so he wrote about this concept. So it actually fits this concept fits what Manoj was saying. So when you have more choices, you're more confused with that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Daria, there was a research done on what you were sharing. There was a research done where in a departmental store, uh, earlier they used to have only two qualities of jam, like maybe a mango flavored jam and maybe, strawberry jam. And then when they started to have more options in that departmental store, exactly what you were saying, the paradox of, this choice, it actually confused the consumers and they left without buying anything because they were so confused. Oh my God, what do I really want? So that actually is true, at least by facts. It just confuses the mind. But then there are other fields also, a deeper domain, but I would first let you all share and then I would touch that deeper domain from which a choice can be made. Yeah. So Abhishek, you wanted to share?
Yeah, I do have some things. So I think the area hit the hit the point right on with the paradox of choice. But when she was speaking, one thing came to my mind is the same thing, right? How do we decide whether something is good or bad? So one thing that comes to mind is there's one philosopher, like modern day philosopher named Alan de Bottom. So there's a very popular video on YouTube about why you will marry the wrong person. So in that, it's not necessarily about this, but he said one thing, which is he said like he asked the audience a question. So this was at a Google, headquarters kind of thing with all professionals. So he had asked a question like, how many of you think that there's something like overthinking? And some people raise their hands, whatnot, and he said like, in his opinion, he said there's no such thing as overthinking. It's just thinking good or bad. So I really thought on that point a lot, which is, for example, making decisions quickly, right? Or overthinking. These are, if you think too much, it's considered a bad thing. If you take time to make decisions, it's considered a bad thing. But if we question the simple fact, like for example, overthinking, it's a bad thing if you repeatedly consume the same thought day after day. You made your conclusion, you made your decisions, but you keep going back to the same point, not moving forward, not making actions on the decisions or the conclusions you made in the time you had reflected. So that would be considered a waste of time, or that would be considered, thinking poorly. But as long as you're thinking in the right direction, you're exploring your own intents, you're exploring, for example, whatever has happened, someone spoke to you badly and you feel bad, and you keep asking questions like, why did I feel bad? Okay, TK, maybe this was hurtful. They said something insensitive. Okay, then why does this person's opinion matters? Okay, then are they educated, or they well informed enough about me? Do they know enough about me to be able to say such things? And are they right, basically? So if the person, so you logically end up concluding this person doesn't know about your life as much. They made a general statement, maybe they were not thinking enough. So you eventually come down to some points, and you find out like, okay, TK, maybe they don't know what they're talking about. That's a possibility. So I feel like overthinking, we can say, is not a bad thing in my opinion. It's just that if you're thinking about things wrongly, in a wrong direction, wrong fashion, then yeah, it might be a waste of time. But it's like, what else do you have to do? You can think a little bit about where you want to go, right? So it's not a bad thing. So the same thing with decision making. I feel like, uh, one thing with decision making, which just to quickly share, is like, I used to also have a problem, but once when I was in my home and all, living with my parents, but since I've been independent, working on my own, I developed a taste for things the way I like. or I have developed some priorities, like this is important, this is not important. So I just make the decision, and I believe in the process. I don't double question. I don't go back whether this is the right choice or the wrong. Time will tell, and I learn from that. So maybe something like this will help gaining experience. You don't have to have it right now. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Abhishek. Yeah. Anyone else on this? Anyone else? Any reflections? Okay, so I thought while we were sharing, I thought why not maybe read a little from Sri Aurobindo and Mother on thoughts and thinking, and let's see if we want to discuss about that. Yeah, we can do that if in absence of any further reflection. That's why I'm taking it. So Mother is talking about unpleasant thoughts. Unpleasant thoughts. I think we all touched upon it a little. Abhishek was talking about it, thinking poorly and all that. So a questioner is asking, Mother, at times unpleasant thoughts come and disturb us. This happens with all of us, right? How can we get rid of them? That is a sadhak who is asking, a questioner who is asking. So Mother is sharing there are several methods generally, but it depends on people. Generally, the easiest way is to think of something else. I think all of us may have tried this in our lives, that maybe a disturbing thought is crowding our mind. And then what we do is we just try to think of something else, or maybe watch something which to distract ourselves. Yeah. So that is the easiest way, Mother is saying. That is to concentrate one's attention upon something that has nothing to do with the thought. So you are absolutely escaping that disturbing thought which was disturbing you. You are going to somewhere else. Maybe, some people try to do this. They begin to do some art, or maybe make some music, or, maybe sing. So that distracts them from that disturbing thought. Yeah. Like reading, you could read some words or some work, generally something creative, some creative work. So hota kya hai, usually anything creative or reading which is highly absorbing, it absorbs our attention. And especially if these are words of saints, masters and mystics, they really work like acid. So something was disturbing me, I started to listen to words of masters and mystics, or maybe a master which I like to hear. The moment I begin to hear it, something happens in me, and that thought is kind of gone off. It fades off in the background. So first example is this that Mother is sharing. For instance, those who write, while they are writing, while he is writing, all other thoughts are gone. Those of us who are maybe writing poems or maybe writing journals. So if something is disturbing you, you write about it, and somehow it just goes off. It disappears, or at least fades in intensity if you write about it. It's cathartic in nature. Yeah. When he finishes writing, if he has no control, this guy, if he's writing to escape from, distract himself from disturbing thoughts, Mother says that if he finishes writing and if he has no control, the other thoughts will return. I'm sure all of us have experienced this. So jab tak distracted hai, tab tak distracted hai. The moment we are not distracted, back again, as if the whole bombardment is back again. Yeah. Then Mother is sharing, but precisely when one is attacked by a thought, one can try to do some creative work. So the moment I am attacked by a creative, disturbing thought, which can happen with us many, many times, you just push yourself into some creative work, something creative which absorbs your being totally. Yeah. For example, the scientist could do some research work, a special study to discover something that is very absorbing. That is the easiest way. Naturally, those who have begun to control their thought, I think yesterday when we were talking about power of imagination, there we touched upon this, the control of active thought. Those who have begun to control their thought can make a movement of rejection. This is very important. You know, rejection का मतलब होता है the moment any thought which is disturbing in nature, you know कुछ नहीं मिलेगा यहाँ से सोच सोच के, you just reject that thought. You say I'm not thinking about you, I'm not going to indulge you. आप उसको entertain नहीं करेंगे. हाँ, इमेजिन कि एक लेडी आई है आपके घर में, लेडी या आदमी जो भी है, लाइक अ गेस्ट, और अगर वो आपके घर में आता है और बड़बड़ बड़बड़ करता है, एक दिन आएगा आप उसको चाय पिला देंगे तो वो और बैठ जाएगा. तो आप और बैठ गया और बातें करने लग गया, बड़बड़ बड़बड़ बड़. अब जो अगले दिन आया तो आपने ना उसको चाय पूछी, ना बिस्किट पूछा, कुछ भी नहीं पूछा. एक दिन आएगा, 2 दिन आएगा, 3 दिन आएगा, इफ यू आर नॉट एंटरटेनिंग दैट डिस्टर्बिंग थॉट, it does not come back again, क्योंकि उसको लगता है यहाँ तो मेरे को कोई भाव ही नहीं दे रहा है. Nobody puts anything in my stomach. Yeah, so that is what mother is saying, that make a movement of rejection, do not entertain that thought. But that is more difficult and asks for a greater mastery. So mother is sharing the easiest way is to absorb yourself in something beautiful, something creative. Yeah, something which you want to do creatively. Or what you do is you reject that thought. Whatever you are capable of doing, begin with that. Yeah. And second suggestion that mother is giving, that is a little difficult, because many a times we see with ourselves that thought aa rahi hai and as if I have no power. You are just helpless. You are thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, like a loop is going on. And that's why mother is sharing that easiest way is to absorb yourself in something beautiful, creative. Yeah. So anything from here, anything which is not clear? Okay. Then another third way that mother shares is, the third means is to be able to bring down a sufficient light from above. So as if you are calling light, you are as if like a prayer, in prayer you call the light down. If a lot of things are happening in your life and you feel very helpless, what should I do? What should I do? You pray. There is an intensity in you which prays, which calls the higher force. So this is what mother is sharing, that the third means is to be able to bring down a higher light from above. That is, if the thought which comes is something dark, if one can bring down from above a light of true knowledge. So it's like an intensity that you are kind of asking it to come down. Yeah, Sakshi, you want to share something? Okay, I thought you wanted to share. A higher power, a higher light, and once that light is put upon that disturbing thought, then one can manage to dissolve it or enlighten it or transform it. ये बड़ा interesting है. This is the supreme method mother shares. This is still a little more difficult, but it can be done. So, this thing is very interesting, what all experiments we can do with ourselves. So आपके दिमाग में एक thought आ रही है, बार बार आ रही है, 3 आपको experiments पता लग गए, बाकी आप अपने हिसाब से भी कर सकते हैं, 3 जो मदर के हिसाब से करे जा सकते हैं. One thing is to absorb myself in something creative and beautiful. Yeah, to give myself to it. The other thing is to reject the movement of thought. जैसी आई आपके अंदर इतनी विल पावर होनी चाहिए कि आपने बोला मुझे नहीं सोचना तेरे बारे में, और फिर आपने अपने आप को किसी अच्छे काम में लगा लिया. Yeah, this is one thing, and then slowly that thought loses the power because you are not entertaining the thought. The third, which is beautiful, is I personally very like it very much. So you are not shooing away the thought really. The thought is there, it's coming. Here and there it's coming, but you are calling for a higher light. It's like a prayer. Your being is rising up in prayer that tell me a way to transform this thought. जो भी नेगेटिविटी चल रही है उसको आपने ट्रांसफॉर्म कर लिया, उसका रूप बदल दिया आपने, कि ये मुझे क्या बताने आई है, जरा मैं सीख लूं इससे. I think this is even a greater power, and this is what we were discussing yesterday in Power of Imagination, that something is going on in a negative loop in my head, and what do? I just transform it completely. Intensity से उसको transform कर दिया, affirmation से हमको उसको transform कर दिया. So this is another way. Yeah, and I'm sure some of us may have tried one or the other way in our lives. It's not possible that you have not tried this, because thoughts do disturb, many a times they are just going on in the head, whether you want it or not. Yeah. So yeah, anything on this, what we read right now? So Sakshi, Akash, Shivam, Pradeep, you have joined later. Whenever you feel like sharing, please share. Yeah.
Hi, Pradeep here.
Yes,
So
Pradeep.
I want to know, you were talking about thoughts. So sometimes thoughts are jumping like from one side to another, another side to another, another to another. Then after half an hour, maybe after 15 minutes, you will think like, अरे मैंने वहाँ पे start किया था, कहाँ पहुँच गया? And already 15 minutes is wasted. So I'm just thinking like how, what should I got the mother saying the thing part, but still I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
How should I control it?
Yeah. प्रदीप, ये जो काम है ना, ये लंबा काम है.
Hmm.
ये तो आपको पता है, बहुत लंबा काम है. बट कल हम इस सेशन में यही बात कर रहे थे. कल एक हमारा सेशन था ऑन पावर ऑफ इमेजिनेशन, एंड दिस इज व्हाट वी वर टॉकिंग देयर, दैट this capacity to look at our thoughts, this
Yes.
is only with human beings.
Okay.
This is not with animals. No, doesn't matter how progressive an animal is. It may be an orangutan or a gorilla. It cannot look at itself. A human being can look at itself. You can look at your movements and thoughts. Yeah. अब होता क्या है, the moment I, just like an artist, if I am an artist and I am creating art, what do? I again and again look at it कि कोई कमी तो नहीं रहेगी, कोई कमी तो नहीं रहेगी.
Yes.
And that is how I move towards making a beautiful image.
I
So
agree.
regarding our thoughts also and emotions and other movements in our being, this is what we have to do. We have to make this ugly creature that we are right now into something very beautiful by looking at it. हमको वो चीज हटा देनी है जो हमें चाहिए नहीं. क्योंकि मुझे पता है, एटलीस्ट मुझे अपने में पता है, that there are many movements which I don't want in my being. They are ugly movements. They disturb the harmony. अब मैं अगर यही ना बोलूं कि मेरे में तो कुछ अगली है ही नहीं, मेरे में तो कोई वीकनेस है ही नहीं, तो ब्यूटी का कोई चांस नहीं है. सो सबसे पहले तो यही आता है जो आपने ऑब्जर्व किया, कि मैंने ये ऑब्जर्व किया कि मैं शुरू कहां से किया था और 15 मिनट बाद मैं कहां पहुंच गया. मतलब क्या हो क्या रहा है, हो क्या रहा है. सो दिस ऑब्जर्विंग कैपेसिटी, स्टे विद दिस. It will tell you a lot about yourself, and then you will have also slowly, if you are interested, only if you are interested, slowly you will gain mastery over your thoughts and your movements.
Okay.
जो हम पढ़ रहे थे, मदर बता रही है टू यू रिजेक्ट. अभी आप देख रहे हो कि अभी हम रिजेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, अभी तो बस हम उनके साथ बहे चले जा रहे हैं. जैसी एक थॉट आती है फिर उधर बह जाते हैं, फिर उधर से थॉट आई तो उधर बह गए, बस यही चलता रहता है पूरे दिन.
Exactly.
So what is the perfection that we are aiming? We are aiming that can we become master of our being? Is that possible? ये हमारे सामने चैलेंज रखा गया है.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's again it requires a lot of diligence. Just like किसी भी आर्ट को आपने मास्टर करना होता है, चाहे वो सिंगिंग है या गिटार प्लेइंग है या पियानो है. लोग पूरी उम्र भर लगा देते हैं एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट को मास्टर करने में.
So you mean to say it, like time being में हम लोग को सिर्फ वही करना है कि जो we have to figure out जो अच्छे है वो हमारे लिए है, जो बुरे है उसको साइड करो. ठीक है, जंप हो रहा है तो it's fine.
Exactly. So slowly, by this movement of observation, this is what I can do. जो जैसे मैं आर्टिस्ट हूँ, हाँ, ये वाला स्ट्रोक ठीक नहीं हुआ तो मैंने उसको दूसरा कलर कर दिया, साफ कर दिया. ये वाली थॉट मुझे ज्यादा फायदा नहीं दे रही है, क्यों सोचे जा रहा हूँ, नहीं सोचना. And then you absorb yourself in something beautiful, some good work, writing poems, writing your journal or stories, something creative, some music, art. Because anything which is concerned with beauty it gives us delight. वो हमको एक सच्चे पाथ पे रखता है. कोई भी चीज आप देखें, अगर एक ब्यूटीफुल चीज आप अपने जीवन में उसको एक लाइक pick up any art, pick up any music form, instrument. If you stick with it, it becomes a joy giving thing. Like you stay with that beauty for a longer time. है ना? तो कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा हमारे जीवन में जरूर होना चाहिए, सबके जीवन में, जो कि पर्सन इंडिपेंडेंट है, for which I do not require any person. It could be art, it could be sketching, it could be writing poems, it could be some other hobby, for which I do not require dependency on other people. तो वो अगर साथ रहता है तो उसमें मेरे को फिर ये वाली चीज भी साथ में रहती है कि जिस तरह से मैं उस आर्ट को देख रहा हूं और करेक्ट कर रहा हूं, वैसे ही मुझे अपने आप को भी देखना है, और जो गंदा है वो निकालते जाना है, जो अच्छा है सिर्फ वही रखना है. दिस इज हाउ वी प्रोग्रेस टुवर्ड्स ब्यूटी. Yeah, thank you for asking. Anyone, any reflection, any sharing? और इसके लिए ना एक इंटरेस्ट होना बहुत जरूरी है. अगर मेरे को अपनी लाइफ में कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है तो बात नहीं बनेगी, ज्यादा दूर तक हम चल नहीं पाएंगे. तो अपनी लाइफ को बेहतर बनाने में, सुंदर बनाने में एक इंटरेस्ट की जरूरत है. That yes, I want to make my life beautiful, and for that I am ready to go through any effort that is required. क्योंकि डिफिकल्ट है, आसान नहीं है. It's not easy. This path is not easy.
Interest से मुझे भी like I am feeling like what is the interest I should find, like I was सोचेंगे, you were saying like interest होना चाहिए.
नहीं, इंटरेस्ट मतलब मेरी लाइफ के लिए इंटरेस्ट, दैट आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन ब्यूटी माई सेल्फ.
Okay.
ये अदर इंटरेस्ट obviously you can develop slowly as per your nature and inclination. But what I wanted was that if I want to walk on this path of making myself beautiful from inside out, then I need to have an interest in my life.
Okay.
That is the interest I was talking of.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Monica.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so the thoughts that you shared definitely like make sense. Where you said, maybe you can take up something else which you are, way more interested in, and abhi jo aapke dimag mein hai, you can, put it away. But at least for me, there are different ways to, approach this, I'm sure, and different people have their preferences. But one that really works for me is if there's something that's really disturbing or dimag mein abhi khatak raha hai and can't, get rid of the thought, I just give myself a time limit, like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, however it is. And I'm like, okay, this is the time limit. Till this time, I'm just going to pursue this thought. Okay, why do I feel like this in response to something? And then, come to some conclusion. And, after 30 minutes are over, it's like, okay, this is it. And mostly after, spending some time thinking by yourself on your problems, for me at least, it gives me a sense of relief and I feel relaxed. And whether the problem is solved or no, like my mood feels elevated. So because I think I put some efforts into trying to solve problems in my life, right? So after that time limit is gone, I'm like, okay, theek hai, filhal ke liye this is enough. Maybe I'll do something else. I'll work out or read something else. Maybe, if the problem is really a big thing, I like to, go on the internet, read on psychology about it, like what are the other people's experiences in past, present, been around this. And it really helps get over or get a better understanding of yourself. And, with time, eventually that thing becomes small. So at least that's the thing that I've been following. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yes, Abhishek. Abhishek, let me read a little more on what you shared. You talked about when I put mental effort in thinking, using my thinking to resolve, maybe try to resolve something or go deeper into the issue, it gives you joy. So I have something in front of me which I would like to read again on effort and joy. Yeah. So this is again from the mother, Sri Aurobindo and mother. So here mother is sharing that an effort gives joy. So let's read what mother is sharing here. It is the effort which gives joy. A human being who does not know how to make an effort will never find joy. Those who are essentially lazy will never find joy. They do not have the strength to be joyful. So joyful होने के लिए आप में एक strength होना चाहिए, और वही strength है जो आप use कर रहे हैं effort डालने में, right? It is the effort which gives joy. Effort makes the being vibrate at a certain degree of tension, which makes it possible for you to feel the joy. It is only effort in whatever domain it may be: material effort, moral effort, intellectual effort, as you were sharing, intellectual effort, which creates in the being certain vibrations which enable you to get connected with universal vibrations. And it is this which gives you joy. So you, whenever you are pursuing something intellectually, you are trying to constantly expand your horizons, and that is where mother is sharing that it is connecting you to the universal vibrations. It is effort which pulls you out of inertia of mujhe to sochna hi nahi hai, inertia of not doing anything. Inertia means tamas and laziness. So mother is sharing that whenever we are in tamas and laziness, effort pushes us out from that inertia. It is effort which makes you receptive to the universal forces, and the one thing above all which spontaneously gives joy even to those who do not practice yoga. Yoga means this path of spiritual life, who lead a very quite ordinary life. Is the exchange of forces with the universal forces through effort, that is what gives them joy. And then mother shares, people do not know this. They would not be able to tell you that it is due to this, but so it is. So when we live an ordinary human life, even there we don't actually realize what is giving you joy. When you shared your instance of, when I give myself a time frame, 30 minutes I'm going to think about it, and that gives you joy. You're trying to intellectually work upon something, find clarity for yourself. Whether you get clarity or not, that's different matter. It may take a while, but this effort is the origin of that joy that one feels. I think that was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got me right on that one.
Yeah.
That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Anything on this? I was also going through something which is called stepping back. It's a very little kind of a, not really a method, but you can call it a method, stepping back, which I thought I would share with us, because I feel personally in my own life, I think there is a long way to go, because many a times we are not able to step back. Just somebody reacted in anger and I just go back in anger to that person. I'm not able to step back from anger. And that's where it creates magic and miracle happens, when we are able to step back and not just react to the other person or anything going on in our life. So let me go through this stepping back, which can be used actually by all of us. I personally like it, but it's not that I'm able to follow it all the time, but it's just a reminder for me when I share it with you that I also have to do it. So just a second. Yeah. So here mother share, and then we can talk about, take up any questions or reflections on this. Most of you, mother shares, live on the surface of your being. सरफेस ज्यादा डीप में नहीं जीते हैं हम, ज्यादा अंदर तक नहीं जीते हैं, बस ऊपर ऊपर तक जीते हैं. Most of you live on the surface of your being, exposed to the touch of external influences. किसी ने कुछ कह दिया मूडी हो गए, किसी ने कुछ कह दिया बेकार हो गए, किसी ने कुछ कह दिया खुश हो गए. This is all happening on the surface. You live almost projected outside, And when you meet someone unpleasant being similarly projected outside, so the other person is also acting from outer influences and you are also acting from outer influences, then mother shares that you get upset, you know, उसने कुछ कह दिया आप बुरा मान गए. So this is all happening on the surface. The whole trouble arises out of your not being accustomed to stepping back. So this stepping back is a little kind of a tool, kunji जो हम कहते थे हिंदी में, kunji or tool that mother gives. You must always step back into yourself, learn to go deep within, step back and you will be safe. Do not lend yourself to the superficial forces which move in outside world. जैसे आजकल न्यूज़पेपर धैर्य was sharing in the beginning, you know, so much is happening. So if so much is happening and I am just getting kind of, you know, blasted because of whatever is happening, I am just living on the surface. Can I allow myself to go deep within? Yeah. Even if you are in a hurry to do something, step back for a while and you will discover to your surprise how much sooner and with what greater success your work can be done by stepping back. Yeah, this can also be applicable for what we were talking in the beginning, making a choice, making a decision. So I can step back within myself, take a moment, and then decide what to do. It can be very, very beneficial there also. If someone is angry with you, do not be caught in his vibrations. Simply step back and his anger, finding no support, no response, will vanish. होता क्या है कि हम जब कोई बंदा गुस्से से रिएक्ट करता है और हम भी बिल्कुल चिपक जाते हैं अपनी उल्टी पुल्टी बातों में, तो वो बस बात को एंटैंगल कर देता है. सो यहाँ पे मदर कह रही है दैट डू नॉट रिएक्ट इमीडिएटली. थोड़ा देर रुक जाओ, step back within yourself, and maybe after 10-30 minutes you can later talk again, you know, but it's hard. Many a times we just want to say it out that time. Yeah. Always keep your peace, resist all temptation to lose your peace. This is the foremost important thing. You know, आप आज जो भी आप अपनी लाइफ में करना चाहें, whether it's a job or a marriage or moving to a different country, if I tell you that if you did that or if you got that person in your life, if you got that job, you would not be peaceful person anymore. None of us would want it. None of us would want it. So we go after our desires, we go after anything that we like only because we think that even with that thing I will be peaceful. So mother is sharing that always keep your peace. This is our utmost priority. हमारी हर intention के पीछे peace ही छुपी है. हम कोई भी चीज ऐसी नहीं करना चाहते जो हमें अशांति की तरफ लेके जा रही है. Yeah, so that has to be taken care of. Always keep your peace, resist all temptation to lose it. Never decide anything without stepping back. Never speak a word without stepping back. It's very difficult, but I think it's possible for us slowly to kind of become good at it. I know it's difficult. I've been at it, and many a times we are just in so much of a flow of tendencies and patterns that we are not able to step back. But yet it is a journey, and we have to go on. You know, so never speak a word without stepping back. Never throw yourself into action without stepping back. So ना उसके बिना stepping back मतलब you check in with yourself, you talk to yourself, you know, check in, you know, hey, are you okay, you know, okay, this is what you want to do. So you talk to yourself, you talk to yourself like a friend. Yeah, this is what stepping back means. You have an inner communion with yourself. So this was something which is a very important thing, where mother says that do not barter your peace for anything. Keep your peace as your utmost priority, then do everything, whether it's talking to a friend or, you know, taking an action in practical life, or maybe speaking out a word, anything. It can actually make us again, as I was talking to Pradeep, grow into beautiful human beings. And when we are growing ourselves into beautiful human beings, then our relationships with the world are also going to be beautiful. Yeah. So this is something which can be done, or maybe some of us already have experimented with it. That is also a possibility. It's not something new. It's been there in literature for a very long time. Just that mother also shares that. Yeah. So anything at this? This checking in with ourselves, I think this is very important. Usually we forget checking in, kind of talking to ourselves, being our bestest friends. We forget about that. बाकी चीजें दुनिया में इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाती हैं कि अपने आप को भूल जाते हैं. वी अबैंडन अवर होम. मंदिर है लेकिन पुजारी गायब है. So I think it's very good to on and on, again and again, keep on coming back to yourself, checking in, talking with yourself. Where are we? Kind of just like you talk with a friend, and maybe then write it down in a poetry or make a blog out of it. So many things can be done nowadays. People can journal if they don't want to share it out with public. They can journal. That's also joyful. Journaling is also very joyful. Yeah. Yeah, Pradeep, you have something to share?
I guess I agree with that one Pandit wala thoughts. Like मंदिर तो है but पंडित कहीं और किसी और के स्टोरी में घुसा पड़ा है.
Exactly.
So that's what.
Yeah.
So at least once in a day you should think about yourself also.
Yeah. और मैंने देखा है that whenever we check in with ourselves or come back home to this temple, it is very empowering. I feel a lot of strength when I come back home. कभी yeah. Sorry.
You आप continue दीजिए.
Yeah, please continue. मैं तो बोलती रहती हूँ.
Okay, so I was like, the thing is, I guess that one is the thing, like if you are writing a journal, we can get to know about ourselves more. That will be help, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah. और उसमें धीरे धीरे ये भी पता लगता है कि सुबह क्या सोच रहे थे, अभी क्या सोच रहे हैं, कि मतलब I personally see that सुबह कहीं बिल्कुल दूसरे, as if I was on a north pole in the morning, and in the afternoon I see myself at the south pole. So there is not any harmony in the being. सुबह कहीं और ही, बिल्कुल कहीं और दूसरी जगह थे, और अब जहाँ पे अब पहुंचे हो वो कोई और ही दूसरी जगह है. So one also gets to see that this kind of contradictory
Drastic
thoughts,
change.
कि कभी कहीं होते हैं, कभी कहाँ होते हैं. But one thing never changes. One thing never changes, and that one thing is our capacity to see. सुबह भी मैं देख रहा था, सुबह भी मैंने देखा मूवमेंट ऑफ थॉट, और अभी भी मैंने देखा मूवमेंट ऑफ थॉट. वो देखना चेंज नहीं हुआ.
पर वो टाइम बीइंग के हिसाब से वो प्रॉपर वे में चैनलाइज हो जाएगा कि हाउ टू थॉट, हाउ टू थिंक.
Slowly, gradually. Yes.
So by reading your own journal also will help, I guess.
Absolutely. Actually ये ऐसा लगो ना, so मतलब we have to imagine that as if we are a complicated machine and we don't really know ourselves. हम अपने आप को नहीं जानते हैं. So journaling or anything else, or looking at our movements helps us to know ourselves. What are the parts and pieces? Where is the oiling required? कहाँ पे जंग लग रहा है, कहाँ पे काला पड़ा हुआ है, लाइट चाहिए. These are the things that we get to know when we stay a friend to ourselves. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Manal, you wanted to share something. You had unmuted yourself.
Yes, I think this stepping back thing is really a very beautiful thing, because especially during annoyance and stuff, as it is said, like when one is fire, the other should be water. So like for example, if you're very angry and the opposite person as well, and he sees you a lot of things and you say back, so the angriness is going to go, but the words you said to him or her is going to stay for a lifetime. So that's what, it really touched.
On this, I get reminded of this Kabir couplet where he says, "Boli ek amol hai, jo koi bole jani, hiye tarazu toli ke tab mukh bahar ani." So be very careful of what word comes out of your mouth, and because it is very precious, as you were saying, that it stays with that person for a whole of a time. That especially the negative word, the positive one he may forget, but the negative one will stay. Somehow our consciousness is so sticky. And the other one he says, ऐसी बोली बोलिए मन का आपा खोए, औरन को शीतल करे आपहु शीतल होए. So say only those words which are coming out of non-ego. When he says मन का आपा खोए, पहले हमें अपना आपा खोना है. कि हम जो उससे बोलते हैं ना, मोस्टली हाउ वी blurt out things in anger and reaction, the bad behavior that we do usually, it comes out of me and my story. कि तूने मुझे वो कैसे कह दिया, मेरी कहानी. हाँ, so he is saying, कबीर is saying that पहले मन का आपा खो दो. आपा मतलब मैं और मेरी कहानी गायब. अब जब आप बोलोगे तो वो शीतल करेगा. ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए, औरन को शीतल करे आपहु शीतल ओए ओए. सो अब जो वर्ड निकलेगा जो मी एंड माई स्टोरी से नहीं निकल रहा, दिस हैज द कैपेसिटी to heal the other person, to cool down the other person, and also to cool me down. We can try and experiment with this, that whenever we are capable of doing this, at times we are just swayed by anger, but at times if we are capable of doing it, then slowly we can increase the mastery over it. क्योंकि जलने भुलने के तो बहुत काम है इस संसार में. हर दूसरा इंसान एक दूसरे को जलाने भुनाने में लगा हुआ है, बट शीतल करने वाले लोग बहुत कम है. So can I be that drop of coolness in this world for my own self and the people around me?
Hello, Monica ji.
Yeah, Abhishek. Yeah.
Yeah, one question to you, and if anyone else wants to answer, just like want to know what is your thoughts on this thing. We forget the positive things people say to us, but the negative things stick. So, like, why does that happen with all of us so frequently? What do you think?
Good question. Yes, in fact, I have been pondering about that also. So let's take a pause, and one by one we can share that so I may say, I love you to you, and I may say, I hate you. But when I say I love you, you reject it, or maybe you don't give it much attention. But when I say I hate you, you take it with reality. Yeah. So why is that so? Why does that stick? Why do bad words stick so much? Let's talk about it. So one by one, whenever we are ready, we can share our reflections.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not waiting because I have a take on it. I'll just quickly share, which is if I see myself, or like most of us, right? I think all of us, we all want to be loved, right? In whatever ways, whether it's validation, loved is just a big word to encompass all जो भी चीजें कहनी चाहिए, small and big things. But when we get positive feedback, हमारे दिमाग में somewhere at the back of our head, it's like, yeah, I deserved it. It's like, obviously, But when someone says something negative, it's like a glass shattering kind of thing. Like in your head, you're like, wait, this person was supposed to like me. I've done everything. I've done everything in such a fashion that this person will like me. How did he say something negative? So that thing stays in your head, because in our mind, we are always giving the performance to keep making other people love us more and more and more. So the moment they do something, it's like, okay, mere performance mein something kami reh gayi, I need to improve. So maybe that's why it sticks more. And when you get the love you feel like you deserve it anyways, instead of seeing it as other person going out of their way to express themselves, express their concern. We just think it, I deserved it either way. Just this point. Yeah.
Very interesting. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Abhishek. Anyone else who wants to share?
I will share it. Like regarding jo negative and positive part thing, I got this example mostly. I don't know it will be relevant, but I'm just trying. It will be bit regarding in office space. Like हम लोग जब काम करते हैं, and if your colleague is asking a help, and most of the time we say yes, and in might sometime we say no because मेरे पास already load भरा हुआ है. So at that time they will like not think that we have done so many work for them, but today I said no for some work. They will keep that track in their head like उसने वो उस दिन नहीं बोला था. He said no for that work. Okay, he's not that something. So these are the negatives catches. People catch that negative. I have seen that. So after that I figure out to say no only most of the time. मुझे नहीं करना. The thing is, there is one book I read. Don't say yes when you want to say no. So I started saying no. मुझे कितना काम है उतना ही करो. And that's it. मैं किसी का काम है. हाँ, I can guide you, but I'm not supporting it. Because people, the thing is, हम 100 काम कर ले रहे थे किसी के लिए, but at one day we say no. People will think like, हाँ, इसने नहीं बोला मुझे. So this was my example. I'm not sure how.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Pradeep. Yes. Anyone else who has any thoughts on this? Okay, so come up anytime if you have any thoughts on this. अभिषेक, मुझे लगता है यहाँ पे 2-4 चीजें हैं. देखो, एक तो ये है कि हम जिस तरह से कंडीशन होते हैं, ग्रो होते हैं, हमें लगता है कि अगर हमारे बारे में कोई गलत चीज बता रहा है, हमारी गलती के बारे में कोई बता रहा है, तो वो हमें प्यार नहीं करता. हमें ये लगने लग जाता है कि इफ यू आर टेलिंग मी माई वीकनेस, इट मीन्स दैट यू डोंट लव मी. ये पता नहीं हमारे अंदर कहाँ से धीरे धीरे बढ़ता जाता है. सो वन नीड्स टू टेक इट वेरी ऑब्जेक्टिवली कि इफ यू आर टेलिंग मी माई वीकनेस, it does not mean that you love me less or more. It doesn't mean that. Can I just take it objectively? क्योंकि weakness तो हम सब में है ना. ऐसा कौन है जो पूरा का पूरा भगवान बन के बैठा है? कोई भी नहीं है. और यही हमारी जर्नी है, यही हमारी साधना है एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग कि हमने अपनी वीकनेस को एज ए मैजिशियन ट्रांसफॉर्म करना है स्ट्रेंथ में. तो अगर कोई बंदा बता रहा है वीकनेस के बारे में या कुछ तुम्हें ऐसा कोई क्रिटिसिज्म रिमार्क दे रहा है, तो उसको मैं ऐसे भी तो ले सकती हूँ कि मुझे अपने में सुधार करना है. बट हम ले नहीं पाते, उसको दिल पे ले लेते हैं. दिल पे इसलिए भी ले लेते हैं क्योंकि ईगो सुधरना नहीं चाहती. उसको बिल्कुल वैसा ही रहना है जैसे वो छोटी सी है, लिमिटेड, उतना ही रहना है, उससे ज्यादा नहीं उसको कुछ करना.
मोनिका जी, बट दिस इज फॉर कंस्ट्रक्टिव फीडबैक या फिर किसी ने दे दिया, बट व्हाट इफ समवन सेज रियली इनसेंसिटिव टू यू, मे बी इट्स रिलेटेड टू समथिंग, बट कुछ बहुत ही थिंग्स दैट वी शुडंट से टू अदर पीपल, ऐसी चीजें कह दी, देन ऑब्वियसली दैट्स नॉट कमिंग फ्रॉम they
Right
want to
case.
improve it.
Right
So what about in that case?
Yeah. So there I believe that, see, all of us are inherently, जो हमारा essence है, inherently, in truth, we are all beings of delight. That's why we love to be joyful. We love being with our loved ones, the people who I like being with, and we don't really like violence. Yeah. So we love to be sensitive to people. There is no one person who would say that I love to be insensitive. हाँ, अगर वो ये बोल पा रहा है that I love to be insensitive, इसका मतलब वो अपने आप से बहुत दूर चला गया है. गलती से insensitivity हो जाए वो अलग बात है, but if a person is saying I love to be insensitive, इसका मतलब वो बहुत दूर डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया अपने एसेंस से. So in essence we are beings, and we love to be in oneness with each other. We don't like this separation and color kalesh and entanglement. And I believe that that is why it hurts, because we know that we can be better, at a better place. We don't deserve this mutual humiliation and insult, and that's why it hurts. We somehow we have a knowing in us that we can be at a better place. And that's why it hurts, because somewhere we know our highest possibility. And that's why guilt and shame come into picture. Whenever I am doing those things or talking those words which I know are not my highest possibility, I will actually end up going into guilt and shame, because somewhere something in me knows you can do better, you can do better. अब वो कौन सी चीज है, किसको पता है, वो तुम अपने लिए, we all have to find out for ourselves. But something in us knows that we can be better. And that's why I believe it hurts when people are insensitive just out of, no reason per se. Yeah.
So, Monica, so if you're right, it makes sense. Like having conflict with someone, it hurts us, and शायद हमें पता होता है कि it's hurting them also.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with situations when there is the separation, but because of how they are thinking or they are behaving, या फिर जो उनका nature है, or where they are in the path of जो भी उनका journey है, maybe they and you can't come together at this point.
Yeah.
But वो कलेश, that that friction will stay. So how do you think one should make peace, when we want this oneness, but it's not going to happen right now?
Yeah.
How do you deal with, how do you process that?
Yeah, the question is beautiful. So, I see that all the conflicting relationships or entangled relationships where there is more friction in life, they just are a window for me to turn within deeply. If I get a oneness in my being, if I go deeply in my being, connect with myself, I say it for people who are in touch with the word divine, one can say that give yourself to the divine. बाहर से इतना मुश्किल हो रहा है, वो रिलेशनशिप इतनी ज्यादा फ्रिक्शन दे रही है दैट आपको दर्द हो रहा है, you don't want to create that entanglement, but the friction is there, you can't help it. So what to do? अब आपको कोई ऐसी चीज चाहिए जो आपको हील करेगी. अब ये वाला मौका होता है in difficult relationships when we turn towards within, when we turn ourselves to the divine. Now, I have a feeling, and I may be wrong, or I may have a limited feeling, but I have a feeling that all our difficult relationships, all the relationships where we want to have an harmony, but we are not having a harmony there, they are just, this pain is just a tool so that I can go within the being, become one with myself, fully become my bestest friend all the time, so that I don't have to depend on any external thing for peace and security. And then give also some time to that relationship to take its own course, because things are not that easy, especially in terms of relationships. Many a times entanglement happens, friction happens, disharmony happens, miscommunication happens. So you cannot force harmony on other person कि अभी के अभी resolve कर इसको, नहीं हो पाएगा. So you turn within, you become your bestest friend in the time when you are not able to catch up with that fellow that you like or love. Yeah. And then you give yourself and the other person to the divine. You say, जो होगा हम सबके अच्छे के लिए होगा, जब होगा हम सबके अच्छे के लिए होगा. अब मुझे कोई जल्दी नहीं है कि कब हो, जल्दी नहीं है मुझे. So this is how we come into a deeper connection with ourselves. क्योंकि ये connection पहले possible नहीं था मेरे साथ. जब मेरा उस बंदे के साथ interaction था, when we were having a good time, then this communion with my own being, my being my bestest friend, then this was not possible. But now, owing to the pain that relationship has left me with, because of the things not working out, and I cannot talk to the person or maybe resolve, I turn within myself and I begin to become my bestest friend, take care of myself, take care of my own peace and harmony, and slowly give it time for the other relation to, flower and maybe take its own time to heal. That's what I feel.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, anything, anyone wants to share anything? Yeah, would you like to share, Crusader? In case you have anything that you want to share. You can also share why are you here today, since you joined late a little. Yeah. Or not. There is this Kabir couplet on criticism, where he says that Nindak niyare rakhiye angan kuti chhawaye, bin pani sabun bina nirmal kare suhaye. So he says any critical fellows or people who criticize you a lot, keep them very close to you, keep them very handy, like keep them around you. And why to keep them handy? Because although वो जो निंदा कर रहे हैं या क्रिटिसिज्म आपको दे रहे हैं, चाहे उनकी कोई भी इंटेंशन हो सकता है किसी ने अच्छी इंटेंशन से बताया है कि आप बेहतर बने, और हो सकता है किसी ने ऐसे ही झाड़ लगाने के लिए आपको बोल दिया. बट होता क्या है दैट इफ यू टेक एनी क्रिटिसिज्म इन अ right attitude, your mood may go down a little bit, that doesn't matter. But if you actually are able to look to the roots of the matter, that yes, this weakness is in there in me, this weakness I want to work upon, so then it can become your joy for progress. It can become your path of progress. क्योंकि अदरवाइज क्या होता है, जब हम अपने साथ ही रहते हैं ना, अपना हमें वीकनेसेस का पता नहीं लगता कि क्या क्या चीजें हैं जो जिससे तुम अटैच्ड हो, कौन कौन सी चीजें हैं जहां तुम you feel weak, you have to be a little kind of exercise that muscle. तो ये पता नहीं लगता जब तक कोई बताता नहीं है कि अरे 10 घंटे मेडिटेशन करने के बाद तेरा ये हाल है, कुछ तो शर्म कर. So anybody who says any criticism to you, he is just actually helping you to become a better person. That's what Kabir has to say here. And I believe that if we develop this capacity to hear criticism, चाहे आप बहुत अच्छे से उसको नहीं ले पा रहे, थोड़ा सा slump down कर रहे हैं, कोई बात नहीं, doesn't matter. But if you spend time with yourself and actually go to the root of criticism that you got, you would see that something or the other you will always have to learn. कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को हमेशा मिलेगा. So here the people who criticize, they can become our bestest kind of helpers on the path of being a better person. क्योंकि वो कुछ ना कुछ बताते ही रहेंगे, उनको कुछ ना कुछ चीज से चिढ़ रहेगी. और बहुत अच्छा है कि चिढ़ रहे, क्योंकि मदर ऑल्सो सेज कि अपने आप से सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो जाना है कि बस बन के बैठ गए कि बस मेरा तो हो गया सुधार, अब मेरे में और कोई सुधार पॉसिबल नहीं है. बिकॉज दैट कैन नॉट हैपन. As long as we have a human life, we will be improving and progressing towards perfection. So it's good to have those people at workplace or at home who keep on pointing things to you. अच्छा रहता है. But then again, as Abhishek I think was sharing in the beginning, that we also have to see where is the criticism coming from. What is the level of that person. तो अगर बहुत ज्यादा एक हर्टफुल थिंग आ रही है तो इतनी जल्दी दिल पे नहीं लेना उसको. यू हैव टू सी कि ये कौन सी कॉन्शियसनेस से बोल रहा है. अगर आप वो ऐसा बंदा है जिसको आप रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, जो जिसकी आप बात सुनते हैं कि हाँ ये अगर बताएगा तो सही बताएगा, तो उसका तो बड़ा आसानी से आप ले पाएंगे. जो दूसरे बंदे हैं जिनकी तरफ आपको ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट की वो भी नहीं है, इवन देन यू कैन एक्चुअली यूज द क्रिटिसिज्म फॉर योर हायर गुड. बट देन वन नीड्स अ लॉट ऑफ करेज हियर. काफी शक्ति चाहिए होती है, क्योंकि इतना आसान नहीं होता है अपने बारे में कुछ सुन लेना. तो अगर सुन के उसको यूज कर लिया तो बल्ले बल्ले, मतलब मजा ही मजा. This is what happens. Progress gives us joy. Whenever I am able to progress in my life, make myself a better person every day, little baby steps, it always gives us joy, anand. Yeah. So yeah, I can go ahead. I can select another paragraph and we can go through it. But if there is anything before that, please share. If not, then we can take up something more. Yeah. Okay. So, I think let me share this then, if there's nobody who wants to share. So, mother talks about true courage. True courage. True courage, in its deepest sense, is to be able to face everything in life, from the smallest to the greatest things, from material things to those of the spirit, without a shudder. कुछ भी नहीं हिला आपके अंदर. This is true courage. कि आपने नीचे, जितना नीचे जा सकते थे वो भी देख लिया, जितना ऊपर जा सकते थे वो भी देख रहे हो, and there is nothing that moves in you. Like you are saying to life, bring it on, bring it on. और दिखा, और क्या क्या है तेरे पास, और दिखा. So this is mother says is true courage. Without the heart beginning to beat faster, without the nerves trembling or the slightest emotion in any part of the being. Now, obviously, we know that we are not here. What mother is sharing where we can be. This is our highest possibility. But we have to begin from where we are right now. Yeah? Knowing that I am not yet there, but this is my possibility. I can slowly work on this. Yeah. Face everything with a constant consciousness of the divine presence. And for those of us who do not connect with the divine presence, they can also say being totally with yourself, being your bestest friend, and going through all the ups and downs of your life, never leaving your side. कभी भी मंदिर, वो टेम्पल की जो हम बात कर रहे थे, कभी भी पुजारी मंदिर को छोड़ के भागेगा नहीं, चाहे कितना भी ऊपर नीचे हो जाए जीवन में, कुछ भी. मुझे अपना मंदिर छोड़ के नहीं जाना. I am not going to leave my side. Yeah. Yes. And then the whole being unified here, one can go forward in life. One can face anything, whatever, wherever in this life. Yes. And then mother is sharing that it is a result of a very long effort. So बिना मेहनत के, बिना effort के आज तक ना कुछ हुआ है और ना कुछ होगा. तेंदुलकर या द्रविड़ ऐसे नहीं बन जाते. They have put a lot of hours of patience and mehnat and what all they have seen for being who they are. So if we want to really do something beautiful with our lives, then we will have to put effort. Effort करना पड़ेगा. Effort के बिना नहीं चलेगा. And that is why I was sharing with Pradeep in the beginning कि एक बहुत interest चाहिए अपनी लाइफ के लिए, कि हाँ मैं अपनी लाइफ में इंटरेस्टेड हूँ, मुझे अपनी लाइफ को सुंदर बनाना है, तब ये काम होता है. ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है. इमेजिन दैट एन आर्टिस्ट, ही इज ड्रॉइंग समथिंग एंड ही इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन हिज ड्रॉइंग. क्या बनेगा? कुछ भी नहीं बनेगा. So if I want to make myself something, if I want to become a beautiful human being, yes, Manal, yes, it's all about efforts. And the yes you have to say. You have to say the yes, I am ready to put in efforts for my own life. क्योंकि आप नहीं करोगे तो कौन करेगा? हम नहीं करना है. हम ही बिगाड़ते हैं, हम ही सुधारते हैं. So there is no divine other than me. जब मैंने समझ के साथ जीना शुरू कर दिया, वो डिवाइन है. जब मैंने ना समझी के साथ जीना शुरू कर दिया, वो डेविल है. सो देयर इज नो डिवाइन अदर देन मी. हमसे अलग कोई नहीं है जो बैठा है. जब अर्जुन और कृष्ण की भी बात करते हैं, जैसे गीता में बात होती है, अर्जुन और कृष्ण, अर्जुन क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, कृष्ण आंसर दे रहे हैं या उसको समझा रहे हैं. कृष्ण इज माय हायर सेल्फ, कृष्ण इज माय ओन सेल्फ. And Arjun is the state of ego where I feel a bit lost. I don't have answers to my questions. I feel attached. And I have to talk to myself so that I begin to get the answers. The Gita should happen here within my being. That is what we were saying, that be your bestest friend. Arjun के bestest friend थे कृष्ण, है ना. फ्रेंडशिप के नाते ही तो वो कुरुक्षेत्र में गए थे उनके साथ. फ्रेंड पहले थे, सखा पहले थे. So this is what we have to do. We have to actually become our bestest friend, not leaving our side, no matter how bad a situation may go in life. And then we see the magic of life, that just constant progression and a joy of this adventure called life. दिक्कत से तो कोई बचा नहीं आज तक, और ना ही हम बचेंगे, और बचना भी क्यों है दिक्कतों से. We don't have to run away from challenges, but we have to grow through challenges. We have to progress through all the challenges. Yeah. Yes. So for those of us who have joined for the first time, if they want to leave their number, just drop it in the chat window so that I can keep you updated about. We have many sessions throughout the week. You can check out the website also, www.livinglight.in. You can check out what are the sessions. And this happens every Sunday at 8 o'clock. We talk about stuff. Sometimes we take up readings and reflect upon it. So anything can be discussed here every Sunday at 8. Yeah. Thanks, Pradeep. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it from my side. If there is anything you can share. Yeah, there, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Thanks for
So,
joining. Yeah.
I
Yes.
just wanted to say one thing. So
Yeah.
you said na कि problems khatam nahi hoti. So there is one very good book in which it's written, you will never run out of problems. But time ke sath you get better problems. So that is what all life is about.
Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Okay, great then. Thanks everyone.
Okay.
Take
Yeah, thanks,
care.
Monica.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you
joining.
all. Thank you.
Really great.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Good night.
Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.